Hello, hello, hello. Let's move this overlay. And I'm very excited because today I get to speak with Danny Smith, or as I like to say, Danny O. Smith. Some of you know him as Surgical Trey. Some of you know him from ISPI, iSpy, educating, teaching, just doing wonderful things to enhance the community inside and outside of the facility. And so today we're going to just spend a few moments with him talking about community, talking about the why, and welcome, Danny. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. I love that background. I love that wood behind you. It's beautiful.
Yeah, everybody keeps asking me if it's real. It's real, but there's really nothing behind it.
It looks so nice. It's a statement piece, I guess, without trying to be, because it's
Yeah.
like it pops. I really like it. So, Danny, tell us a little bit. I know you've been out there. People know you. Surgical Trey. I know you. I'm always every video I make, I'm putting it out there. The artwork. Tell us a little bit about you, how you got started, like.
So I would say most recently, because I worked with people in the past, especially like Sterilize My Life. That's really where I got my start, especially with logos and cell processing. But most recently, it came out of the conferences, trying to get ready to go down there, where I'm going to meet a lot of professionals and leaders in the industry. And that's when I decided to make my own website with encouragement from iSpy and people within the community. Because with like you and everyone else in the sterile processing community, it's kind of crazy how encouraging they are. Once you somebody finds out that you have some kind of passion or desire to promote sterile processing, like people just come out of the woodwork and try and support you. So it's been amazing. I made sure to set up the website, get business cards and everything to try and spread the word and just make people aware of what I'm trying to do. So that conference really helped, especially the poster presentation. People got to see like a taste of some of my art and what I wanted to do with it, with the education. And then I was able to link up with a lot of people, meet manufacturers. The people who made that comic, it was like really cool because I didn't know that existed. And I'm like, ooh, I want to do something like that, or like even learn how they do it. I know they have websites like Crazy Clean, they use animations as well. So it's not a brand new thing that I'm trying to do, but I'm trying to reinvent it and put my own spin on it. Obviously, I feel like there's nothing completely original, but you combine different ideas and different passions, and you kind of make something a little bit more unique. So
And
I
that,
really what? Mhm,
I was
sorry.
like, to me, that is innovation. That's innovation. It's not just
True.
something brand new, but it's something new that you can actually pull from different things. So.
Yeah. And you get a lot of good ideas. Like I keep bringing up the QR code that somebody had mentioned, where you can put it on your poster, and then if they want to get the IFU or be directly linked to another website that has more information that you couldn't fit on the poster, you just bring up your phone, and you can just send yourself right there to that website.
Do you have the ability to, with the QR codes and how you can put them on the posters? Again, pulling different ideas. Do you have the ability to do that even like maybe with your actual, like with your drawings? If it's a, like, has there ever been a poster that people can get CE credits from for? Stay with me now. If it's an
Hmm.
educational poster
Yeah.
and
So
it's covering the same points.
So I haven't actually reached out to anybody to get mine, I guess, certified to get those CEUs, but that would be an excellent idea. I would just have to figure out how that would work because usually it's like a time wise, and hopefully you're not reading the poster for an hour, but um, there's usually different things in it. So maybe like partial credit for some points or something that would definitely be something I would want to look into. I'm also looking into different kind of applications, especially newer ones that are starting out. They usually give you some kind of discount with how everything's working. Like, so I reached out to Moho Animation, and they have a program where it's like a rigging system for 2D animation, but instead of drawing frame by frame every little thing, you just make your character and you can make them move how you want. The camera will track it. It also lip sync. So I want to incorporate that into it. Of course, I had to learn how to do all that. So I'm going to my YouTube university, figure out how that works. And then there's another program called Mental Canvas. And basically, they allow you to make 3D presentations. So you can use your artwork and kind of transfer that 2D animation to a 3D world. And then when you click on certain things, so if you have a sterilizer or a washer, it'll pop up with information on it. So if you're interested in those things, of course you can do it. Go out there, figure it out. So we can kind of bounce ideas off of each other. Or even if it's competition, competition builds a lot of great, more innovation to the field.
That is amazing. I just think like I know iSpy is going to be able to, benefit and really, I don't know, grow with these tools that you have. But I'm thinking even of other industry. I don't know if I call them well, I do call them pillars. Other industry pillars that provide education that would be a great resource for them. So hopefully they can reach out to you and yeah.
Yeah, it would be great. I do like to tell people what I can and can't do up front. I had some people that wanted like kind of like a game application, which would be awesome. I wouldn't say the specifics of it, but I'm like, I draw and I kind of do some artwork, but I'm not a programmer. That's a completely different skill set. But I might know someone, but if you come back and you need artwork for it, I'm right there for you. So I'm willing to help. I don't want to lead anybody in the wrong way and give some kind of false promises. But that's why the community would be really important because there are people out there that we know or somebody else may know that can help you out and get you to that goal that you want. So there's always a way to do it.
So on community, when you think about the industry community and like your impact on it, if you had like one to two things that would be your resounding cry as it relates to this community, what would that one to two things be? Like if you were just
Just I would say try and find a passion within sterile processing because we all want to help patients make sure that they're cared for and we give the best standards of care. But find out like how you can actually help your teammates, whether they may have a bad day at home, coming to work. You want to try and provide a way to encourage them to keep doing what they're doing. We all know that sterile processing is an underappreciated field, so if we can encourage each other and try and just make our days better so that our job is a little bit easier, or we know that we're all struggling and we're just pushing through it. That also means like not really putting down other departments. Like it's fun sometimes, especially if you're punching up, not never punch down. But if you're punching up, you can take a few jabs at people, but you don't want to like just had that mindset where, oh, the OR nurses or doctors don't care. A lot of times they're working. They will help you out,
yeah.
especially if there's information that's needed. A lot of good ones are trying to provide and help out when they can. I remember a place before I was working with my team lead. We're like busting out all these trays, and somebody had invited us for water ice, and we're like, oh, we need to get this job done, and we never went down there. So then the person came back and they're like, "Oh, SPD never came down." They felt bad, and we just looked at each other. We're like, "Oh man, she really cares." So like, okay, fine, we'll go support her, eat that water ice. Like we left the trays, went down there, ate it. It's just kind of like that community. Like they are reaching out at times and try and help out. So you have to recognize it when it does happen. Like you may feel like sometimes they don't care, but some people do put the effort in, and you have to kind of reciprocate it and go back and let them know that you appreciate what they're doing for you. So it's just working as a team. It's a giant perioperative team.
All right, excellent. Um, I want to ask a couple of questions that may be a little. I want to find out more about Danny.
Okay.
We see you. You are visible. You're consistent. Like at each stage throughout this entire journey into the industry and growth, at each stage, like how do you, for lack of a better word, like how do you keep going? I mean, it's not like you're sledging through mud, but some days it may feel like that, and then some days it may feel like you're soaring. Like, how do you maintain your consistency amongst the noise, the flattery, the wins, the losses?
So I feel like a lot of times I kind of focus on what happened before. I think I think I needed to actually hit rock bottom to appreciate the things that I'm going through now more. Um, there's been times where time constraints really help out. I would used to think like, oh no, it's a time constraint. I'm not gonna be able to finish it in time. But that's where like a lot of my process goes into how can I finish this on time, or I just need to push through it. A lot of times, even when I'm doing drawings, I'm like, I don't feel like drawing right now, but I got to do this to be able to do what I want to do. Like I'll draw this instrument, but I want to finish this project that I can't talk about and I need to finish it now because that person, they're a little bit busy, so they might not notice that I'm a little bit behind schedule, but I need to do it before they actually bring it up. I want to be like, "Oh, I got this for you." Before they send me the message, I kind of want to cut them off and be like, "Here, I have your work that you wanted. Here's everything that you need, and then here's some other options." Um, and I feel like they know that I'm busy, so they give me a little bit of leeway, but I don't want to rely on that completely.
Yeah.
And at least communicate. So if I do fall behind schedule, I want to actually talk to the person and just let them know my progress so far. I try not to put too many excuses because there's a lot of stuff that happens, and usually they just understand if something's
Yeah.
late, or they may want to change their mind and do something else, or go to with another person. Either way is fine as long as you communicate that process with them.
That's good. One of the things I do my utmost to try to do is like I will apologize, but I don't want to get stuck there. I'll be like, thank you so much for waiting. Thanks for this opportunity. When those moments happen, I hate when they happen, but when they happen, because
Yeah.
truthfully, they're going to happen over the course of life, but I don't like for them to happen. So, okay, so that's how you stay consistent. I've heard about your community. Um, what's no, no, let's talk about
Okay.
I Spy for just a second. How do you feel teaching the people, man? Like, how do you feel when you see your impact?
It feels great, especially seeing the students grow. We had a orientation recently, and we had some of the students come in, and they're working in the field and everything. And they went up there to actually show like the process with assembling the trays, how you put your PPE on and everything. And I felt like I'm sure a lot of people have this where they have their mom, at least my mom, in the passenger seat, and they do like the air brakes, or like they like when they see something coming they try and do like the motion like they're driving. And I felt like I was doing that, but I'm like, oh, I don't need to. They know exactly what they're doing. Like everything they're saying is correct. Like I was able to just relax. At first, I'm like, wait, should I butt in? And I'm like, no, they have it. They're good. They're technicians. They're professionals in the field. I would gladly work beside any of them, or if I'm in a situation where I can hire them, I'd be honored if they wanted to work for me. Um,
Yeah,
it's an amazing feeling, and you get to learn so much new stuff from them, especially with newer technology coming out. We were doing like bingo and Jeopardy and stuff, and I thought that was like newer stuff on the PowerPoint. And a younger student comes in, fresh out of high school, and they're like, "Why don't you use Kahoot?" I'm like, "What is Kahoot?" So we get to learn like this new stuff that they're teaching now with like smart boards and everything. And also I get to figure out what the student may have difficulty on. So they a lot of people are kind of scared about the instrument test because we tell them it's like 50 instruments that they had to identify and everything. And some of them either use flashcards, and I usually recommend them to go to Quizlet. But I was like, I can actually make this a little bit more exciting. Hopefully, I might be just tooting my own horn, but I was like, maybe I can combine something I like to do, which is drawing, and then make little videos for it. So that's part of the way of how I got into the little instrument. Name this surgical instrument. The other thing was with my mentor, he suggested that I start making content more consistently. So I tried to like combine that, like something that I needed to do with something that might actually help other people. So it's like 50-50. And I feel like that keeps you more engaged, especially when
yeah,
you want to keep consistent and keep pushing out something. Like it's really good to do stuff for other people, but you have to do something for yourself as well, because you don't want to rely on somebody else to give you something. That's where you might get like a little jealous or angry if they don't return the favor. People don't have to return favors, so you have to get what you want out of the situation when you do it.
I love that. And that helps you guard your heart as well, so that you're
Yeah.
not projecting or you become like jaded in your outlook also. And in our industry and healthcare on the whole, if you don't know those things, it you may become jaded without you even meaning to, like unwittingly jaded, and it has an adverse effect. All right, so that's community, that's helping, you're helping people out. What's next? Like, what are some of the things we may? What are some areas we are going to be able to support you in, just not now, but even in the future, if
So
it can be shared?
yeah, so there are some things that I can't share that I'm trying to work through right now, and hopefully once they release it, then I can show off some of that stuff, and I'm like, yes, I helped out with this. But personally,
Love it.
I'm actually going back to school to help with my drawing and animation. One of the things I was considering was like, because I was always thinking of going back for nursing, and I had tried that before. I have AMP classes and everything on there, and I already have my bachelor, so it would be an accelerated program. But I was actually talking with someone who I worked with, and they're in still processing. They went for accounting, and they still work in still processing. But he was kind of explaining because I did reach out and ask him. I'm like, why did you choose accounting instead of nursing? Like what people usually would want to do. That's a high paying field in it. And he's very intelligent, but he didn't have that same kind of passion. You do care about healthcare and the patients, but you have to be true to yourself. It's not just seeking out that pay wage that you may want and it's like, oh, it'll be a comfortable life. And then in the back of my mind, I'm always like, after I become a nurse, then I can start drawing. And I'm like, I'm 33. I need to just start doing what I want to do, follow my passion, and actually just do it. So I'm enrolling in classes. I'm gonna go for a graphic design, and I want to start making animations as well. Because they had two different programs, one for animation, one for graphic design. Going for graphic design, and I'm gonna do my little side thing with animation. And that's when I reached out to Moho Animation. They had an educational discount, and basically I had to like submit a little essay about what I would do for it, how I would provide education through their animation program. And I suggested that I would basically use the animation for still processing education. There's always a bunch of things on TikTok and YouTube with different animation and characters, but I want to kind of bring that to a specific field, specific little
Yeah,
niche. And I don't see any too many people in there with animation. Obviously, there's a lot of educators and stuff in there, but I felt like that would be a way for me to bring a different audience that may not be aware of it because we don't have a still processing TV show or anything. But these would be short, so it wouldn't be a full length thing. But I can link it to other people, other experts and leaders. Um, Maybe feature some of them in there as little cartoon versions and then link it to their actual
that's so
podcasts or
exciting.
videos. So still keeping it with the community. So you kind of come for a little bit of excitement, get some education, and then I can lead you to somebody else who would have more information, go in more depth about that field or topic that you want.
That's so exciting. That's so exciting. I cannot wait. I'm excited. I'm gonna be like one of the first few people in there. Like, yes, that is very exciting. And I'm yeah, right, Cylindra.
Thank you,
Your art.
Salindra.
Yeah. I was gonna ask about that earlier, but just for whoever's out there, the fact is you did put it out. Like you put it out. You put out your art, man. You put out your art and we're all better for it, you know? And
Oh, thank
so
you.
thank you for that. You put it, listen, no gas to the head. So have a pen. This isn't to gas the head, but we really do appreciate you putting it out and sharing your gifts, your talents, your skill set in SPD. Like you said, you pull all those things together and you shared it.
Thank
I
you so
just
much.
I just wait on so many more to share. I'm like, come on, guys, share it. We have need of what you have, and so you did share it. Yeah, and I love your art too. I love your
Thanks.
art.
Yeah, I really feel like a lot of people in still processing have their own kind of individuality that they can bring to the field. And sometimes they may not feel like it's the correct thing to do or the most popular. So they'll go, especially with me, to what is kind of like standard or what other people may see as like, you should go this route. But I feel like if we all contribute what we're passionate about, the field would be in a much better place and
Yeah.
it would be more enjoyable. I get to see other people what they like and something new.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. Your friend in accounting, still processing needs accounting too. Like there are budgets with that. We need it all. We
He's
need it
and he
all.
still does sterile processing per diem, which we're always like, you get paid so much in accounting. Like, why are you still here? But he just likes it. He's been doing it since he was 16, which is amazing. He's about well, he's older than
See?
me, but he's like leaves his accounting job, comes over, knocks out a whole ton of trades. And he even admitted he works harder in sterile processing than he does in accounting because he's just so good at accounting, I guess. He's just like, that's like easy. I come
No.
here and that's when he works hard.
Can we normalize loving what you love?
Yeah.
Like, can we normalize that? It's not like you have to love sterile processing. If you love it, you love it. If you love different parts of it, you love it. Like I love refereeing, you
Mhm.
know, and so I enjoy getting a referee. It's not the breadwinner, but you love what you love. So I'm with that. He comes in, he's not going to be grumpy. He's not, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll get off of that. But yay for your friend. And to some, it may not make sense, but I get it.
Yeah,
I
as
get
long
it.
as you're a little bit happier within the field, it's going to be better than miserable and expecting your boss to kind of provide you with a path, whether it's through education or like a promotion that you believe you deserve. You can actually just find out where you want to go within the field, what you want to specialize in. You might not like assembling stringer instruments, so you might want to focus on scopes. You can go get your CER and just specifically just do that. You can make friends with the vendors or the truck drivers who bring the instruments in, or even the repair people, and see maybe I just want to sharpen instruments, repair them, and go on with that field. So I believe sterile processing leads to a lot of different areas. And of course, if you do want to become a nurse or go into respiratory therapy, is an excellent way to do that as well. And since you're in the hospital, you're typically eligible for tuition assistance. So once you get into sterile processing, whether you remain a tech and become an amazing tech at that, move into leadership, or you go into specialization, there's a lot of options in the field.
There are so many options in the field. As we're coming close to the end of this 30-minute segment, yes, Damon, exactly. Thank you, Mr. Miles. He's saying, keep up the hard work, Danny. People notice you and your impact on our community. Facts, exactly. Agreed. Period. Whatever segment of the culture you're from, I'm just saying I agree with that. And thank you so much for even what you just said, hitting the different options. There's so many opportunities. There are so many opportunities. About 10 years ago, there was a statement that there's no room for growth in sterile processing. And that's what I love about innovation. Innovation is not just technology, it's not just a new service line. You can be innovative even in how you look at your everyday job. There's so many opportunities, and it doesn't always have to be tech one, tech two, tech three, senior tech, lead tech. What it doesn't always have to be that. It can be that. I bless that. If that's your journey and you love it, if you love it, you love it. But there are so many things, as Danny has just said, the vendors, educators, purchasing. It is a community, and anything within your reach is possible. And every time you reach out, guess what? You get a whole new level of reach. And so
Mhm.
you're reaching and connecting with some other people. So I want to thank you so much for sharing your time. Happy CS week to you. Kudos.
Hap-
Thank you for all that you do, for being a face of CS, for being a consistent professional, for always, whether the camera is on or not on, serving, just keeping it real, serving, and not a fake serve, but a serve that helps everybody grow and everybody rise together. As you said, no one owes you for these favors. So go ahead and communicate what you need at the front end. As we're leaving, is there anything you'd like to share or say to the community? Tell the people definitely how they can connect with you and keep in contact.
so one, I would like to say happy central processing or sterile processing week as well. And thank you, Sharon. I remember that my first live talk with anybody was with you. It came out later, but the first recording, the first time I was super nervous and setting up everything was with you. And it was a great experience. And I didn't expect to continue to do this about like a year later. I even tried to upgrade and get my mic and everything. So thank you for like getting me out of my shell and helping me just level up. Um, I would say if you wanted to reach out and get more information for surgical tray, I have a website. It's surgicaltray.com. My email, Danny@surgicaltray.com, and it links to all my social media. So if you want to find me on Facebook, Instagram, um, LinkedIn, anything, even TikTok, it's all there. And it's the same thing, Surgical Tray. I also have links to people that I've worked with that I can actually speak about, um, whether it was on their podcast or a commission from them. It links from my website to their website. And it also links to iSpy because I'm an instructor there. So if you want to find me anywhere, you can just go to my website and it'll link you to other places that I've been or people that I've done work for.
All right, guys. I just want to thank Dannie Smith, Dannie O. Smith, and encourage you to connect with him. Like you said, all of those places. Definitely, he's on LinkedIn as well. I selected Dannie because Dannie is a leader. And one of the things I believe about leadership wholeheartedly is in order to truly be a leader, you actually have to lead yourself. Leadership is not about what happens just when you're visible, it is about the initiative, the investigation, the curiosity that you live with as far as improving, not just proving to others, but improving on yourself, like leading yourself. And Dannie is a leader. Dannie is a
Thank
leader.
you.
Yes, he has many. He's an educator. He's an entrepreneur. He's like he said, he has his bachelor's, all these things, but he's a leader. And those things come because he is a leader. And so, Dannie, I know you like stop it, but you are, and I appreciate you leading yourself, remaining consistent. This is why you were selected because I believe leadership starts from within and the evidence of it shows up outside. The evidence of it shows up outside. And consistently you are doing the hard work. I bless whatever, your endeavors. I'm excited about what the future holds and thank you for blessing us with your time.
Thank you for having me and giving me the spotlight where I can talk about this and kind of like vocalize it and realize what I really want to do for myself.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, what's on? You got a friend? No, I cannot wait to support UCDI, Knowledge and Nonsense. We cannot wait to support, get some of these graphic designs and put them on there and just have surgical tray right underneath it, letting it be known. This is where we got this service from. This service came to us by way of this, and we subscribe to this service. So yeah. All right. Thank you again so much. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of Central Service Week, CS Week, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Have a good one.